up, chickens.
Meat animals have been raised in every section of the country since the first colonial days. But the biggest drama of all has been played on the stage of the Corn Belt and the prairie. There was a sea of grass that washed over the plains. But it takes a lot of land for cattle, a lot of land to be covered by the riders.
When the first white men landed at Jamestown and Plymouth, this country had 700 million acres of grassland, much of which was grazed by bison. Millions of bison.
It was an empire of grass. On this treeless grassland prospered buffalo in numbers difficult to visualize today. History tells us of 40 million buffalo.
But the white men destroyed the bison and put cattle and sheep on the grasslands. Today, the bison are gone from the plains.
It is the native ground of the cattle industry.
The models of the production line are varied. Black Aberdeen Angus, a strain brought from Scotland, are raised on a few southwest ranches. The high-shouldered Brahmas thrive on ranches to the south. Originally from India, these rugged animals are better able than other breeds to stand the heat of the more desert-like areas. But the red and white Herefords are the most common cattle of the southwest range. For these white faces, called so for their markings, have the straight backs, short legs, and full bodies that make heavy meat producers. They are good rustlers for grass and feed in this sparse land.
In other lands, men entered the primeval forests, cleared the foliage and the underbrush, fought for space to live, for space to grow the crops man needs. In Israel, it has been the other way around. Men bring all their skill to the task of planting man-made forests. Throughout Israel, the JNF chooses the right species to meet local conditions. This is an old eucalyptus forest near Hadera, planted by the early colonists of Baron Rothschild. Where there is now a beautiful interplay of light and shadow, there were once only malaria-ridden marshes. The early colonists chose eucalyptus because it drains the earth of moisture. Today, eucalyptus is planted again, but for a different reason. It produces one of the finest kinds of wood for commercial uses. Each kind of tree has not only beauty, but purpose. Among the trees now widely planted are tamarisks, acacias, and the noble cypress. Recently introduced is the picturesque carob tree. Beautiful, yes, but useful too. Its fruit is a highly nutritious fodder for cattle and poultry.
Almost suggesting a ghostly symbol of the herds of the old Chisholm Trail, an ever-growing stream of cattle are headed in a single direction, to market. as the cattle are directed through the pens and loading chutes into the waiting stock cars. It takes real know-how, too, for the railroad to have the necessary cars on hand at the right place at the right time. Cattle shipments can't wait. On the Great Plains, the promise of approaching winter spurs this cattle loading operation. Here, the entire herd will be loaded at one time and transported to market as a single expedited shipment. The moment that the last steer is loaded, the train is ready to move.